teaching you how to not play so predictable, doing things that you wouldn't expect to get I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you today about how to off guard and allow you to get those easy wins or give you the edge in the game. Let's get right into it. And for this one, I'm really just gonna do single because this is really about you playing versus the whole switching thing. So I'm just gonna do single and team matches and switching and all that today. And if you remember from my last video from yesterday too, always pay attention to who your opponent picks. Because for instance, like Pain, everybody know how Pain works. Like between him and his push, you can tilt him in the middle of his combo. And then he really doesn't have a lot of pressure within his combo outside of him doing the same thing that Minato does, which is when he's guarding, do a few hits and then do it again. So Pain doesn't have that much to work with. And just like Minato, after his tilt, Pain has a slight gap. So once you get around his universal pull or you block it till you come to the ground, you can start hitting him. But anyway, actually no, we don't even want to move him. So the first thing we're gonna do, like I was telling y'all yesterday about the whole dashing and stopping. So normally when you dash, your opponent already expects you to run all the way in, so they're gonna counter. So to avoid that, you always want to practice this in free battle if you can, to get as close as you can and stop them. You never want to make contact. You just want to be close enough to them. That's all you need to practice first. Once you get the hang of knowing, once you get the practice of knowing exactly when to stop, then the next thing I want you to practice is being able to stop so they counter and then start hitting them afterwards. Or stop and then charge it up the second time. Because after the first one, they may not counter, but then when you do it, once you charge it up, they're gonna expect, because with the time it takes you to charge it up all the way, they'll counter. And what a lot of people do, especially at a close enough range, once you do that, they can't counter it correctly, because once, like I said yesterday, once they see you turn blue, they expect a dash. Because if you dash once, why aren't you gonna dash again, right? So when you dash in once, charge up for a second time, and then you're guaranteed you're gonna hit them, because the counter is gonna be off from that, and most of the time they will counter. However, there are ways that they can avoid it. So if you feel unsure, like I said, you can always stop still. But what a lot of people do, dash first time, dash second time, and then start hitting them. So you stop. Once you get close enough, you don't have to dash at them fully. You can stop and then start hitting them. Because they're not ready for it. And see, that builds up pressure, because if he was blocking, because if he is blocking, well, it gives me the chance to put all the pressure on him. And he has to take some type of hit, because his guard is gonna wear out. So if you do dash, especially the guard, like I was saying yesterday, how it forces you, like it gives you like a step back. Instead, you can do this. And that should help. Then another thing too, is not just depending on this dashing purely on its own and going in for the combos. You could also start out with a dash, use a jutsu. You just want to be, like I said, unpredictable as possible. So no, don't do this 1,000 times, like every time you get a chance, and then you don't want to always do that, because then they're going to start expecting you to do it, and then they're just going to jump. Like they know, okay, I don't need the counter because he's just going to pump fake me the first time. Then the second one, they'll counter you. So that's where that comes from, and that's why it's good to use. The best people to do with are like Rasengan. It works with non-cutscene jutsus as well, but it does better with a cutscene because once you're caught in it, there's no substitute once you get ready to connect. Versus a fireball, where you can get hit by the fireball, but you can still substitute part of the damage, so you don't get to take the full hit as you do a cutscene. Can't you defend? Alright, so other than dashing too, if for those who don't know, you know, you can do that obviously. But from Storm 3 you can come in and do that and build the pressure all the same. By doing the little shuriken trick, it allows you to swoop in on your opponent and already start hitting them. It gives you everything you need. So they try to counter, it's a little bit harder to counter you with that timing because it's so close. Right? You're right there. So it's a lot harder to counter you on that moment. And again, it works even if they're like blocking. So if he was blocking, I'm already right here. So all that comes into play. And then another thing that you can do, what I do too, I do that sometimes too. Like if I have Itachi, definitely I'm gonna do that. Stop close enough and then switch to the crows or something. Or just anybody who has a good tilt or a decent one, because the minute you do something like this, like I said, they're expecting you to dash all the way in. But if you stop and do that, then you know it gives you opportunity to do the next thing, or stop, do that. And even still, if you come in and do this, they'll counter off of that, and you can wait on it. It's up to you. Like I've seen some people, because so many people use this tactic right here. If they know what they're doing, like if it hits you the first time after you do it, and you know, so you do it the second time, you would expect it, because if you got the advantage, or even if you didn't, you don't always have to come in and start doing this. You can start real simple. You just do it, wait, and if they do counter, do like a little spin, or just wait it out and then attack. And another thing too you could do is once you do dash in, hold on now, is if you do this, turn blue and don't do nothing, because again, once you turn blue, instinctively everybody considers that as a dash or a jutsu, so they're either gonna block or counter simply because you did this. It doesn't work on everybody, but it works on a lot of people that you will play, like a lot of people, because that's what they've learned to do. Like when it comes to a dash in the air, again, since you turn them blue, well, the first thing they're gonna do is counter, especially if you if you counter dash them, then yeah, they're gonna automatically counter it. If they're like higher in skill, they do that. But average people now, they won't counter you, but doesn't mean they won't randomly get lucky and do it anyway. And then another tactic that you can do, as far as not playing predictable, is when you do a combo, like if they have support coming out, like everybody knows Minato has a gap. I'm sorry, everybody knows Minato has gaps. They wait for something like the kunai. Well, a lot of people who don't know it, is the best time to actually intervene in somebody's combo if you're guarding is the moment of right before the infinite, or right before their stun combo it started. So right after his kunai, you prep yourself. You're like, okay, they're either gonna dash back up or dash. They're either gonna dash forward, go back, use a jutsu or something. And if you do have your support out, then at the moment before he actually does his flip, because he has to flip into it, and that's his gap. is that he has to flip before he throws it. So that'd be a perfect time, like right at that moment, like right before he gets that last kick out and throws those shuriken to bring your support out, whether it's Pain, Nagato, Madara, or somebody with good tracking like Jiraiya or Sasuke with the Chidori. Then those are the people you need to use in those moments of pressure. Or like I said with Pain, how he'll do his few hits and then push you. Right before the push, you attack with your support. You don't always have to do it yourself either, so always keep that in mind. And let me see. Oh yeah. And then when it comes to movement, the whole movement thing comes from like what I was teaching somebody. Hold on. There it is. It's doing stuff like that. And I mean, a lot of people call it hollow stuff or side stepping or whatever. But like it's hard to predict it, because if you can learn the basis of doing this, sometimes you will mess up. But if you get the basis of knowing how to start one way and jump and then go the other way, hold on, alright, or double jump the same way. And it helps out. Because when you do like a side step jump in the air, then, and I do it a lot too when I play, it actually gives you an advantage, because when they do dash you, then they're gonna dash in the air but not hit you, because you're sidestepping them in the air. So, not sure that makes sense, but we're gonna try to make it happen. Oops, that's why he's doing it.
I can win this. I can win this.
See what I'm saying?
I can win this. Let's go.
See what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff I do. I call that like a side step, hollow step, whatever. Because when they do dash you, it's gonna give you an opportunity to always get above them. So okay, so he's gonna dash me. See what I'm saying? How he missed, and even though I'm in the air. That's what I'm talking about. You always gonna be able to sidestep him. And stuff like that, because you're just in the air, but you can go from doing just a simple sidestep into other stuff. Like, you're not dependent on doing anything in particular. Like, because it's a pump fake. It's the same thing as doing on the ground, but in the air. You start out one way, and you can do a chocolate shuriken too. Start this, and because they don't know what to expect. Even though I'm turning blue, I'm throwing shuriken too, so that'd be a wasted counter. So I can do that, and then come in, and they don't always expect that, because after the first time you would do it, they'll be like, okay, let me go ahead to attack. But you either cancel out or you'll hit them and catch them off guard, and then you start doing a combo from there. So that's useful, because once you sidestep them in the air, the only thing they can really do is use their support, substitute, and that's it. Because you got the advantage. If you allow them to come to you, or in certain moments where you don't have subs, then doing out side steps in the air like that, like doing this really helps. And that's why when I do it, this is all I'm doing until once they actually do dash me, then that's when I put that in. But other than that, once he actually does initially dash, Come on, pain work. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's the same thing, just in a faster motion. See what I'm saying? And he has to take a second to kind of recuperate. Same thing every time. It may look different from what you see, but it's the exact same thing that's doing this. That is all it is. And for those or whoever's watching at this moment, majority of the stuff that I was just going over was in the beginning. So right now, just kind of showing different ways of movement and other ways to kind of throw your opponent off and not be predictable. So if anything I'm showing you right now isn't as informative, then you can start at the beginning of this video and look at what you need to look at. The first 5 or 10 minutes should get you what you need. And then the last thing I'm just gonna go over tonight for not playing predictable is don't just spam counters just because you got them. Because once you do 3 or 4 of them, you're pretty much done. So not every situation requires you to counter or sit there and guard after every combination. Like just because, I forgot to add some stuff here. Don't care for that. Don't care for that. Oh, well, there's that. And another thing too. You don't want to jump, do you? There it is. Alright, so when they jump guard, see if I can show you that. And it is on. Stop trying to hit me and just do what I want you to do. Once you jump guard, that was a decent example, but he really wasn't guarding so much as just jumping. But when you jump in the air and guard, for those who don't know, he's not going to do it right. So, okay. Can I still do that then? Wow. Some of this stuff is new to me. Okay, come on. Dang. Come on. It's hard to get the timer right on that one. Now that is a perfect example, but too far. I got something here. Just gonna make it happen. There it is. Like, even though he's in the air and he's blocking like this, then anything that makes contact with him while they're in the air, all the way till they actually do fall on the ground, that would have been perfect. Like, they can only block one of anything in the air. It doesn't matter if it's a shuriken, like this, a tag, whatever. Any one thing that hits them in the air, the moment they hit back to the ground, the guard is broken. Or not broken, but it's gonna stop. They're gonna stop guarding because they have to reset back on the ground. And when I do switch my support or something, and that's what I normally do, I set them up with it. Like, I just have something going here. There it is. But yeah, so long story short, any one thing that hits them in the air, the minute they come back to the ground, just like I was telling you about the shuriken thing yesterday, they have to reset their stance. So once they reset their stance, if I did come in doing this, then I could come in and hit them. Or if my support was out, I could set them up by doing this when they jump, and then my supporter come in and hit them with a jutsu if I time it right. And again, a lot of stuff I'm telling you, I'm gonna have, like I said, when I do start playing people and showing you the examples of what I was talking about, then that's gonna be very informative. That, you know, of course, everything I'm not gonna sit there and tell you as I play, but it's gonna be things that you would want to take more notice of because you are aware of how I got an opening and hit them like this. Um, what else is there? Oh, and then another thing too is if you have somebody that can do like this. If you have somebody that has like a jutsu that can stop, a lot of times I've seen this is a rare one too. This is catch a lot of people off guard. It's hit me before. So you're doing a combo, you do one, and then you do it a second time. Like don't trust me, please don't spam it. But like, if you really need it, then like pumping it the second time will really help, because once you stop, they expect you to start hitting them, or they expect stuff like this. A lot of people don't expect you to do it twice. So that's something you don't want to depend on, but if given the opportunity, like if you come in, you come in doing this, and it'll help you out. Because they don't expect a double jutsu or a jutsu into something else. Or like I said, into something like that. And that is actually it for this video for today. Tomorrow I do more of a video, not on movement, but you know what, I will make a video exactly what I was talking about today, about when to actually go what is it, in the middle of somebody's combo, how to get out of a combo. That's what I'm working on tomorrow. And I won't show every character, but the most known ones that a lot of people like to use, between knowing how to switch support and knowing when to use your tilt in a combo and doing air tilts. I'm going over that type of stuff tomorrow. Yeah, have a great night. Hope this video helped, and see you guys tomorrow.